Good morning, children. We have completed the 4th chapter, that is reproductive health, and today we are going to start with the 8th chapter, that is human health and diseases. Health, as we know, implies the concept of being well in all the aspects of a person's life. With the advancement in science, it was stated that our immune system maintains our health and our mind influences it through the neuroendocrine system. Hence, health is affected by our mind and mental state. In this chapter, we will be discussing about factors that affect our health, abnormal functioning of body, common diseases in humans, different types of immunity and immune system, AIDS, adolescence, and drug abuse. According to WHO, that is World Health Organization, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Healthy people are more efficient at work, which helps in increasing the productivity and brings economic prosperity. It also increases the longevity of people by reducing infant and maternal mortality rates. Health is mainly affected by genetic disorders. Genetic disorders which the child inherits from parents by birth and deficiencies with which a child is born. Infections are caused by pathogens. Then change in lifestyle. Lifestyle including the food and water we take, rest and exercise, habits that we have or lack, etc. Good health can be achieved and maintained by balanced diet, personal hygiene and regular exercise, regular yoga practice to achieve physical and mental health, awareness about the diseases and their effects on different body functions, vaccination, that is immunization against infectious diseases, proper disposal of waste, control of vectors, maintenance of hygienic food and water resources. Mind influences immune system through neural and endocrine system and thereby affects the health. Here you can see healthy body plus healthy mind have happy life, or it gives happy life. The condition of improper functioning or any condition which interferes with the normal functioning of one or more organs or systems of the body and causes disorder of mind or body is called disease. When the functioning of organs or systems of the body is adversely affected, it is called a disease. It is characterized by various signs and symptoms. Diseases can be classified as infectious diseases and non-infectious diseases. Infectious diseases are the diseases that gets transmitted from one person to another person, whereas non-infectious diseases are the diseases that do not transmit from one person to another person. Now, diseases causing microorganisms are called pathogens. There are various types and are described as bacteria, virus, protozoans, helminths, fungi, etc. Most of the pathogens are parasites. They can cause harm to the organism, that is to the host organism, by either living in as endoparasite or on them as ectoparasite. They can enter our body by various means such as air, water, food, etc., and can multiply and interfere with the normal vital activities of the body, thus resulting in the morphological and functional damage. Only certain pathogens can survive as endoparasites, as being inside an individual's body, and can result in sudden exposure to drastic changes in physiological conditions. Therefore, such pathogens need to adapt to life within the environment of the host. Example, pathogens that enter the gut must know a way of surviving in the stomach at low pH, resisting the various digestive enzymes. Now let us study about some infectious diseases in humans. Infectious diseases are classified on the basis of pathogens. Some common diseases in humans are bacterial diseases like typhoid. The causative agent of the typhoid disease is Salmonella typhi. In other words, you can say that the pathogen that causes this disease is the Salmonella typhi. The mode of transmission of this bacteria is it enters the small intestine through contaminated water and food and migrates to other organs through blood. The symptoms of this disease are sustained high fever. Sustained means it lasts for a long period of time without any interruption. That is called sustained. Okay, so sustained high fever, that is 39 to 40 degrees Celsius. Headache, head pain, weakness, stomachache or stomach pain, constipation. Constipation is the opposite situation of diarrhea or loose motion. Loss of appetite means loss of hunger. The people suffering from this disease doesn't get hungry. Intestinal perforation and death may occur in severe cases. You can see here in the diagram, when the contaminated food and air is being taken by the organism or by the human being, it enters our body and finally reaches the intestine, and there, if it remains for long period of time, then it causes different symptoms, as we have learned. And when it enters in the intestine through blood, it reaches to all other organs of the body. It causes sweating, then shivering, headache, muscle aches, not feeling hungry, that is loss of appetite, weakness, hallucinations. Hallucinations means a perception of having seen, heard, touched, tasted or smelled something that wasn't actually there. That is called hallucination. Then irritability, that is excitatory ability that living organisms have to respond to changes in their environment. Now, Vidal test is the confirmatory test of this disease, that is typhoid disease. In other words, you can say that Vidal test is used for confirmation of the typhoid disease. Vidal test means to detect typhoid causing bacteria in the bloodstream of the patient through the agglutination biochemical test. Agglutination means clumping of particles, and clumping means cluster of particles. Particles, they cluster with each other. Okay. Vidal test is used to investigate the presence of H and O antigen in the patient's serum. Patients suffering from enteric fever will carry homologous antibodies in the serum. There are two types of Vidal test procedures, that is the slide method and the test tube method. If the serum reacts with the respective antigen, agglutination will happen, that is clumping will take place. If the Vidal test range is more than or equal to 1.160 titer for antigen O and antigen H, then it indicates typhoid infection. Titer means the concentration of an antibody as determined by finding the highest dilution at which it is still able to cause agglutination of the antigen. Okay, so if the Vidal test range is more than or equal to 1.16 titer for antigens O and antigen H, then it indicates typhoid infection. For the diagnosis of a Vidal blood test, 1.20, 1.40, 1.80, 1.160, 1.320 titers need to be included in the diagnosis to obtain the typhoid report. Okay, so if the titer is more than or equal to 1.16 for antigens O and H, then it indicates typhoid infection. If it is less than 1.160, then it is negative. The person doesn't suffer from the typhoid disease. Okay. Now, Mary Mellon, nicknamed Typhoid Mary, was a professional cook, and she was a typhoid carrier who continued to spread the typhoid for several years through the food she prepared. Another bacterial disease is the pneumonia. Pneumonia infects alveoli of the lungs, due to which the alveoli get filled with the fluid, and that leads to the problems in breathing and respiration. The causative agent of pneumonia disease is Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilus influenza. These are the causative agents of pneumonia disease. The infection is acquired by inhalation of droplets or aerosol released by an infected person, or by sharing the glasses and utensils with an infected person. The picture shows the Haemophilus influenza and Streptococcus pneumoniae, the causative agent of this disease, and it gets spreaded with the aerosols or the droplets that are released by the infected person. Now, symptoms of this disease are respiratory problems. As I said earlier, that there will be fluid blockage in the alveoli that will lead to breathing and respiration problem. Okay, then it includes fever, chills, means thandi lagna, cough and headache. In severe cases, lips and fingernails may turn grayish to bluish color. Okay. Many other bacterial diseases which are found in human beings, like dysentery, diphtheria, plague, etc. So children, that is all for today. In our next video, we will be learning about viral diseases. I hope today's topic is clear to everyone. Thank you.